I said, yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amara. This is Amara's Logic. Got a new video for you today. Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news live edition. Before we get into it, you know the spiel. Comment, like, subscribe, and share this electrifying content with the people. Salute the Bucks Nation. Salute the friends and family. Y'all know we're here to talk about the atrocity that we just watched down at Fiserv Forum in front of friends and family between the Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks, and we lose again. First of all, I do want to commend the Bucks for not quitting. They were down 20. They fought back. They made some additional mistakes down the stretch that cost them the game. But I do want to, before we get into it and we get into the turnovers and we get into what went wrong, let's give this team a little bit of props for at least fighting to the very end. They fought in this game. They could have quit multiple times in this game. They fought. Let's show some respect to the Milwaukee Bucks for at least showing some fighting going on their shield. Let's get him some credit for that. We just didn't play with enough energy today. That was a big problem at the end of the day. It was just the lack of energy from this team, friends and family. We came out lethargic. Dame had no energy. To keep it 100% real, the only person to play with any type of energy today was Giannis Antetokounmpo. That was the only person to play with any energy today. Please, friends and family, as you come into Bucks Nation here in the #1 Bucks podcast on YouTube with the #1 Bucks chat on YouTube, please hit the like button. It helps other Bucks fans find the content, and it helps the channel and the algorithm. Much appreciated. We didn't play well long enough to deserve to win this game. We played lethargic in the first half. We weren't defending the three. We were a step late and $1 short on everything. It looked like, to keep it real, besides Giannis, it looked like the rest of the team didn't even want to be there. Am I tripping, friends and family? It looked like they didn't even want to be there. Dame gave no energy. No one gave any energy. Andre Jackson Jr. did give some energy early on, but then he want to go and fake slap somebody and get ejected. The refs were also terrible today, but the refs are always terrible to the Milwaukee Bucks. Damn, man. Right after, just start the new year off with an L against a mediocre team is crazy. And some of these lineups were wild, too. I don't support some of the lineups I saw out there as well. It was some very interesting lineups that Doc chose to put out there. And I also don't understand why the league hates Damian Lillard so much. They don't let him get any calls. All the calls that Cam was getting for the Nets, the Bucks should have been getting. Dame should have been getting. It was absolutely crazy, some of the officiating in this game. And what's been going on since we pretty much got Dame, how officiating has really changed against the Milwaukee Bucks. And that's not on no bias. If you're watching the game, you got to feel the same way. You got to feel the same way. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's get into these numbers. Bucks lose a tight one, 110-113 at home. We tried, we just couldn't do enough late. We couldn't execute enough late. That's what it comes down to. Shout out to the Bucks for playing well in the fourth. Outscored them 19-25, and they outscored them in the third quarter. We just couldn't hit shots when we needed to. Turnovers, allowing wide open threes. We just didn't do. We did like I keep telling Bucks Nation and friends and family, right? The biggest damper on this team is that we don't pay attention to detail. We're not a fundamentally sound team. I'm always seeing players peeking at somebody else's player, not paying attention to their player, allowing an open three in the switch. We just need to be fundamentally sound on defense. Worry about the individual you're supposed to guard. Don't worry about what somebody else is doing. Box out. Pay attention. Make good passes. It's the little things is why we're losing games against a team that's 13-21. We lost again to this team. We should not be losing the team of this caliber, especially when we have Middleton, Giannis, and Dame playing in the same game. This is inexcusable to me, Bucks Nation. I'm not going to hold y'all. This is inexcusable. Jalen Wilson at 13. Cameron Johnson, another big game. 6 of 12 from the three-point line, 26 points. Nick Claxton, another effective game. 16 points, 11 rebounds. D'Angelo Russell had a double-double. I mean, Cam Thomas was really the backbreaker. 8 of 22, 24 points. He was very aggressive early and getting to the free throw line. And just look at that. That is a huge difference. 25 of 28 from the free throw line is crazy. 25 of 28 is crazy. Just ridiculous. Salute to you, Dr. Smith. I'm going to get to your super chat in a minute, bro. Let's get through these numbers and open up the phone lines. This was depressing. I wasn't expecting the Bucks to start off like this. I thought this was going to be a revenge game. I thought this was going to just be a completely different feel from the Bucks. It's just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. And they didn't even kill us from three. It was only 12 of 39 from three. They only shot 43%. Free throws, they were very good, though. 25 of 28. Rebounding, 51. Assists, 26. They have 14 turnovers. Let's go down. Let's look at these Milwaukee Bucks, and I'm going to open up the phone lines here. Giannis Antetokounmpo played hard, had 27 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 blocks, 3 turnovers, but this hurt us. This is an ongoing issue with Giannis Antetokounmpo. We all love Giannis. He's our favorite player. We know all of that. But Giannis's free throw shooting is a problem. And especially in tight games, his free throw shooting is an issue, friends and family. We do need to be aware of that. That is an issue. 3 of 10 from your best player from the free throw line is unacceptable. I'm sorry. That's just unacceptable. Chris Middleton, 24 minutes, 6 of 11. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, no turnovers for Chris, and 12 points. Chris can't move anymore laterally. Chris looks like he's almost laboring to come up the court. I appreciate everything that Middleton does. I'm not sure if he's not better suited coming off the bench. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. It might be time for us to consider bringing Middleton off the bench. Just saying. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Salute to Dr. Smith for the super chat. Appreciate the $4.99 super chat, sir. Won a glaring stat, 7-1, 285. Gave you 3 rebounds. 3 salute. Dr. Smith, that ain't nothing new, sir. This is regular. This is what happens. Unfortunately. Brook Lopez, 3 of 4, 3 rebounds. 1 assist, 1 block, 1 turnover, 7 points. The problem, Dr. Smith, and the glaring issue is whenever the Milwaukee Bucks are playing a team that has an athletic big, Brook cannot compete. Nick Claxton can move. He's athletic. He's fast. Brook can't compete. Brook gets exposed. They were also hunting for Brook in pick and rolls as well. They were definitely hunting for him in pick and rolls. Damian Lillard played terrible today, especially early. He came on late and tried, but he played terrible early. Dame, 6 of 20 from the field, 4 of 13 from the three-point line, 7 of 8 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 turnovers, 23 points. He has to be way more efficient, and he needs to play with a little bit more passion. Dang, we need you to play with some passion, bro. We need you to bring a lot more energy than what you brought today in this game. We need all hands on deck to beat every team, it seems like, if we're the Milwaukee Bucks. So that means it can't just be Giannis, the only person that's giving 100% to this team. It can't just be Giannis. It has to be the whole team giving as much effort as Giannis, and I expect to see that from you, Dame. I see too much cruising up the court. I need to see you pushing with some pace. Get yourself going early. Like, this was ridiculous. Taurean Prince played all right, had 8 points. Bobby Portis had 15. Gary Trent had 10. I thought he played well tonight. I was very angry to see Pat Connaughton enter the game today. Very angry. Now, if we just look right away, 11 of 37 from 3, that's not going to get it done. 19 of 28 from the free throw line is not going to get it done. We have to hold players accountable. Free throw shooting definitely affected this game, friends and family. That definitely affected this game. Offensive rebounds were about equal. Defensive rebounds, they had more assists. I mean, and then points conceded off turnovers, 27 for the Bucks, 8 for them. The problem was the free throw line. At the end of the day, the free throw line hurt us, y'all. I just don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say, friends and family. We have to start executing, man. We got to be fundamentally sound. Too many stupid turnovers at the wrong time. Bad shot selection. Not paying attention on defense. This team is too old to make all these rookie mistakes. This team is too old for these rookie mistakes, y'all. We have to play better. Bobby Portis himself had 4 turnovers. Dame, 3 turnovers. Giannis, 3 turnovers. We have to protect the ball. We're an older team. We should be smarter than this. Always the mental mistakes. You won't be a great team until you start being fundamentally sound. I always tell y'all about the San Antonio Spurs. What made them great? They were a fundamentally sound basketball team. They didn't beat themselves. You had to play your best game to beat them because they weren't going to give the ball up. The Bucks need to be of that same ilk. Stop turning the ball over. Stop making stupid passes. Use your brain. Like, just for instance, right? When you're passing to Brook Lopez, when you're passing to him, you need to pass to him in a fashion where he doesn't need to move his body at all. He can just move his arm to get the pass. If he has to bend over or make any type of body movement, it's a bad pass. If you have to go across the court to pass to someone, it's a bad pass. We need to be just more cognizant of what's going on and situational awareness, man. Damn, man. You're not going to be a championship caliber team till you start doing the little things. Yes, we gave this game away, Trina. You damn right, because we're not executing down the stretch. We're not playing smart basketball, and we're not defending well. They were getting wide open threes. We're not defending well. Turning the ball over, cross-court passes. This is not the way a team of this many 30-plus-year-old players has been in the league 8 years should be playing. Period. Unbelievable. Let me shout out everybody in the chat. My bad for the rant, y'all. We shouldn't be losing to the Brooklyn Nets. There's no reason the Milwaukee Bucks should be losing to a team of the caliber of the Brooklyn Nets. You have 2 top 75 players of the NBA all time on your team. You're losing to Cam Jordan? Who are we losing to? Look, Cam Thomas and Cam Johnson. Are you kidding me? How? Doc, what's up? 78 the General. Appreciate the $9.99 super chat. This was a difference between sleeping with Ruthie Mae versus Keisha from the strip club. We old and crusty and the Nets young and energetic. Horrible game. Shut up. Bro. That was extreme. Salute to my man, 78 Sports TV, LDVC, the General, OG it is. Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the $10. Yeah, that was nasty work out there, though, 78. That was definitely nasty work, bro. Very nasty work. Salute to the General. Damn, I'm mad we lost that game. we shouldn't be losing to this caliber of team. Jonathan Porter, what's good? Appreciate you tapping in. Chris B, what's good? Shout out to Ohio. Greg Delaney in the building, what's good? Pronte, my dude, what's good? Dre West in the building. What's good, Dre West? Oh, yeah, hey, did y'all see the Middleton dunk two hands? I thought that was crazy. I thought we was going to win for sure when that happened. I was like, Middleton dunk two hands? Oh, we got to win it all. How can we not win this game? Middleton had that struggle two-handed dunk. I thought we was off to the races. And it got worse after that, unfortunately. Homie Dre West, appreciate you tapping in, though, bro. What's good? Last Ghostwriter, what's good, bro? Robert Brooks in the building. Dr. Spence in the building. Nikos. Nicholas Hazlitt. Derek Stevenson, what's good? Jason Joseph, what's good? Appreciate you tapping in. Sage, what's good? What is really good? Let's chop this up with friends and family. We got a lot to talk about. Patricia P, one of the OG queens of the chat. What's good? Tito, what's good, bro? Scales in the building. What's good, Scales? Salute. Appreciate you tapping in, famo. This was nasty work by the Bucks, Scales. Janet MOC, what's good, man? Appreciate you. Brandon King Carter in the building. What's good? Eliza, what's good, man? Photo Street, what's good? Appreciate you tapping in. Trade to travel, I like that. What's good, bro? That handle is actually really hard. Dante in the building. My boy, Mr. 414 in the building. What's good? Tony Tone, appreciate you. Appreciate you. Let me put the link in the chat. Let's chop this up before it get too late out here. Let's chop up this what just happened out here to our Milwaukee Bucks. They fought, though, y'all. I want that to be known. They fought. They didn't quit. They was down 20. It didn't quit. I like that we showed some fight, and we didn't quit. Let's get him some credit for that, y'all. What up, Ed? Appreciate you tapping in. Trina, what's good? Damn, we was out there looking old and crusty, bro. Damn, we was out there looking old and crusty for real. Unfortunately. That was very unfortunate. Let me tap y'all in. I see y'all. Tap y'all in real quick here. Let me tap in Bleach Report Boss. Dr. Smith. CJ. Then I'm going to get the rest of y'all in here shortly. But I know they got a lot to say. My bad, y'all. Hold on. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, there we go. CJ, you good? There you go. All right. What up, friends and family? Y'all know these individuals. If you watched the live, at the top right, we got the Bleacher Report boss. Bottom left, we got Dr. Smith. Y'all should all know all these individuals. To the right, we usually have CJ. He had the drop. We about to add in the homie Pronte. Hold on, we'll say that we got Pronte. What up, Pronte? Appreciate you tapping in. Put in CJ here. All right, now we got that. Hey, Dr. Smith, tap back in when you get a chance. We got Bleacher Report boss to the right, top right, bottom left. We got CJ, bottom right. We got the homie Pronte. Y'all should all know these individuals. I'm going to get to the super chat, and then we going to go do our round robin. Monalando, appreciate you tapping in. Shout out to Toronto. You see, I got it right today, Monalando. Toronto. Out coach, out hustle, out smarter, out of shape. Woo. None of that, nothing what you said was wrong, Monalando. You didn't say a damn thing wrong. Salute to you, Monalando. Appreciate the super chat. Let's start with you, Bleacher Report boss, to go to CJ and go to Pronte. What's up with you, Bleacher Report boss? Get it in.
Man, this team is so frustrating to watch, man. It just seems like to me every game they dig themselves the hole, and then they gotta come back, and then the whole energy. You got Giannis playing 12 minutes in the third quarter just to get 10 points. Then they went right back up to 20. Then
right,
and it's like nobody else can really score, not even Dame. And I'm like, somebody got to pick up some shots, and Giannis can't be trying to make him have to play hero ball the whole game.
That's a fact.
Like he had to play hero ball the whole game, damn near. And at the end of the game, when they down by 1 point,
They
You
had no
could have
gas in it. Yeah.
yeah, no gas tank, and this is what we be
They
making them
waited too
mad.
late to activate. Even Dame, he did a lot of his damage in the fourth quarter. Where was that energy in the first through third? Where was all of that through the first through third? Go ahead, Bleach Report balls. Go ahead, bro.
It's like they don't have the killer instinct. You see how Boston go against bad teams. They
Thank
put foot on their neck.
facts. Great point.
I mean, they put
Great
foot
point.
on their neck. You see the Cavaliers did to the Lakers. They put foot to their neck. It got LeBron walking out of there before the game was over. Like, we don't do that. I mean, it's sweaty. It's like sweaty every game. Like every game, we going against the below trotters, and we got sweaty game. It's like we just can't be putting teams away. I now understand it's gonna be old, but we should be winning these games though. It's mind-boggling that we play like this. Mind-boggling.
Yeah, I agree with you, Bleach Report ball. CJ, it's on you. Then let's go to Pronte. Go ahead, CJ. Salute to you too, CJ. I appreciate y'all tapping in.
Well, for one, this is a must-win game, and on top of that, we have low key. I think we have like the easiest schedule coming up, like this
Yep.
upcoming month. Come on now, we can't be losing to bums like this.
That's
Seriously,
it, bro.
Like, if you're being real, these dudes is bums. And look at the next couple of games, bro. We playing Portland, but we can't be losing to teams like this. And then on top
Facts.
of that, what are these rotations sometimes? It don't be making sense. These rotations, it's frustrating a little bit.
I agree. No, I agree with you on that.
But on top of that, I will say both Dame and Giannis didn't play good. I'm seeing people in the comments talking about Giannis missing the layup and everything like that, or the ball should have been going to Dame. Look, Dame can get the ball if he's playing good in the first half.
All right.
I don't need my point guard turning over the ball and shooting
6 for 20,
or 6 for 20. Come on now. And then
No.
on top of that, we got an old Chris Middleton. He's a walking turnover.
Damn, I hope Middleton can get better, y'all. Pronte, I know that you go spend some time on Middleton. I just want to say that I'm nervous of how he looks currently as far as his movement and his ball handling and how he's looking as far as athleticism. I'm a little concerned, and I'm hoping that improves itself in time. But I'm just saying, from watching, I was just at the game, just watching how he moved compared to everybody else is more Brook Lopez than anything else, respectfully. But go ahead, CJ.
I'm not even gonna lie, but anybody on the same name of Brook Lopez movement is crazy. But
go ahead, bro.
But on top of that, I think Rollins got to play. I think Rollins should start. And I'm gonna explain why I think he should start. Mainly because we have a problem with floor general, and on top of that, bringing the ball up the court.
Right.
We have too many guys blitzing Dame, and anybody else is on the starting lineup. Give it to Chris. You already know what's gonna happen. And I think we just need a well-rounded guard who knows his role. In my personal opinion, I think Ajax should come off the bench with Middleton, because if you have Middleton, Ajax, and Bobby, then you could probably mix it up in between AJ Green and Gary Trent. I'm just saying, because I don't think Chris Middleton right now can play around Dame and Giannis. I think, me personally, we got to go younger around Dame and Giannis. At this point, we can't have our starters playing 40 minutes a night.
That's a fact.
And on top of that, you can look at the first half. Lazy basketball. Ain't nobody.
It's not even lazy. I'm not gonna even say lazy. They play with no energy. They didn't play with any energy.
I don't know if it's Doc's system. I don't know if it's the players. That's why I don't want to come over here just be yapping. Why are we just letting teams shoot open from the damn 3-point line, man? I ain't tripping. What's
you ain't
going
wrong.
on? Seriously, man. It's not like I'm just saying. It makes no sense. But my last point I want to make, we just gotta step up more. We just gotta play, like you said, Amir, fundamental basketball. We have not been playing basketball. It's just too much. At one point, we play perfect, and then the next moment, we just like, you know what? I don't know. Like, they just want to play hero ball, and they want to play their own version to get their points up. They're not playing team. Sometimes they just playing a lot more like hero ball.
That's it.
Their own team.
ISO, no ball movement.
But it's like, I will say this: the fourth quarter when they coming back 24, it was cool, but that don't mean nothing because they didn't win the game.
He talking,
I'm just
yo.
saying. That don't mean nothing. They didn't win the game. So go ahead, Vontae. I'm gonna leave it to you.
Before you go, Pronte, let me get my boy super chat real quick. I know more than you. Appreciate the $5 super chat, bro. Baron Davis and many other vets have said, if Glenn is your coach, you will always struggle and never win as much as you should. We all know it's true. Damn. But why though? I know more than you. Can you add on to that in the chat, bro? Like that. I need more detail than that, fam. What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, no more. Do you appreciate you though, bro? It's on you, Pronte. What's good, Pronte? Happy New Year too, gentlemen.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. Yeah, I saw that Baron Davis said that. Because he said it's the system wrong, but the Bucks ain't running the system, so it don't matter. So,
Wait, can you repeat that for the people? Because people keep thinking we got a system. So can you say that again, Pronte? Because you said it nonchalant. I need the people to understand. Please go ahead, Pronte. It's on you,
the
bro.
Bucks ain't running the system, so it don't matter. They're not running the system. Look at their defense. They do something different every 2 quarters. Like, what are we doing?
See?
So, and really the Bucks' problem today. This is the Bucks' problem for the last 2 years. I'm gonna say 2 years. They're lazy.
Facts.
They're lazy. They're lazy. They play old man basketball. And that's all it is to it. Teams have figured out that the Bucks are going to play old man basketball now. They're going to back to the basket, post you. You know what I mean? You got Bobby Portis posting up, and this has been like games in a row. He ain't had the opportunity this game, but games in a row. On a fast break, he go to a post move. That's old man basketball. You got Dame don't want to run up the court on offense. That's old man
Dude.
basketball. That's old man. Slow it down, young fella. Slow it down, young fella. Puck running clock, young fella. That's the basketball we playing. Hold on, young fella.
Yo.
Give me a timeout.
Oh
Tell him
my
hold the ball
god.
for 10 seconds
Yo.
so you can catch your breath on offense. That's the basketball they played today for 3 quarters.
But that's what I was saying. They had no energy until the fourth quarter. Then all of a sudden they got their second win. And why did it take that long for you to wake up at home?
Slow down,
Go ahead,
young
Pronte.
Middleton, like, slow down, young fella. Hey, hold up. Dude, he getting a layup now. He walked right around you, dog. Like, you ain't even getting your defensive stance. Hold up, there's a man down there. Oh, yeah, man, my boy, I'll get you next time. You know when you old and you can't run play both ways, so you stay on the other end of the court? That's the Bucks basketball. That was the Bucks basketball today. They didn't want to run up and down the court. You see what I'm saying? So they would be like, you got it. I'll stay on defense.
He said, you got it. Right. You got
right. No, but it was just pathetic to watch the energy of the Bucks today. And actually the last 2 games.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
But their energy was very low. Go ahead.
Bro, now in that 20 run that we had in the fourth quarter, did you see Brook Lopez on that court?
No, we didn't. But it wasn't Brook Lopez. Nah, man, look. Yeah, Brook Lopez, but I'm gonna give Brook Lopez some credit. He's slow. At least he played with sloth energy. He played with as much energy you can get out of a sloth. So that ain't even Brook Lopez's fault.
Oh my god!
That ain't even Brook Lopez's fault. There's a lot of players that could move faster that wasn't moving at all, and that's their fault. So at the end of the day, Brook Lopez can only move so fast. He was maxing out at 2. So that's what his speed is. We know it's slow.
I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to put a battery in his back. But Brook can't move. I watched that man walk with the ball. Cam Johnson just come right down the lane with the ball just extended the whole time, and Brook couldn't make up no ground. And he did that like 2 or 3 times. I was like, yo, Brook really can't. You know what I'm talking about, CJ? You know what I'm talking about?
The basketball.
It's off energy. Like he maxed out. It was max speed.
Hey, he hit right trigger, but it ain't giving him no chance.
That's it. That's all he had. That's all the speed he had.
I already know. I already know Brook's dap up game soft.
Bro, and And you know what got me about this game though, Brooke? He's the tallest guy on the court. Get your butt in the post.
No,
Ain't
no, no,
like
no. Who was that made the comment about Dr. Smith? No, let's address this. And we're not gonna bomb on Brooke. We're gonna move past Brooke in a
No, we're
moment.
not. It ain't wrong because Brooke wasn't the reason we lost.
No, no, I agree with that. I want to blame.
I
I feel like it's more Dame than anybody, but Brooke having 3 rebounds is unacceptable to me. Shout out to Dr. Smith. The more that I'm thinking, that's very unacceptable. There's no excuse for a 7-footer to only have 3 rebounds. That's unacceptable.
Have you ever saw a sloth jump?
We not Prate. We not doing that. Prate. We not doing that today.
I'm just gonna let you know what's happening. By the time he get up there, somebody done already jumped.
We got guys that can replace Brooke. They don't want to
So
do
he
it.
just let it be.
And we don't have. And the thing is, we don't have an option. I need Bucks Nation to understand. We don't really have an option. Brooke is what we got. Brooke is what we got this year. We need to understand that, even with his shortcomings, Brooke is all we got. I can't see us making a big move. I just don't see it until the offseason. So we need to find a way to hide Brooke and Bobby on defense. Bobby still doesn't understand how to switch properly on defense. He still don't get it. He still don't get it.
Bobby didn't try to play tonight. Bobby didn't even try to play basketball. I saw players that I feel like just flew into town this morning.
This dude is going in. Look at it.
You see what I'm saying?
Look at it.
They just flew into town this morning, didn't they? They just came back in town like, ooh, it's cold here. You know what I mean? Oh, I got to go to work today, man. What happened? Why I got to go to work today? They play like they didn't want to go to work today. They just had to get it. They was just there for the check. That was it. That's what I saw. I say no.
Facts, Dre West.
Be there. I didn't see Dame. Definitely didn't want to be there. I mean, Dame didn't want to be there.
Right, but all of a sudden got magical in the fourth quarter. All of a sudden got magical in the fourth quarter.
It wasn't that magical.
No, not that. But what I'm saying is they had all this effort in the fourth. If y'all to put that in any of that in the first half, this game would be completely different. And we got to talk about Giannis free throws too. That was definitely an issue.
I'm not saying it was magical. I say the people that bought the energy was the people that Doc put in the game. That helped him out. Marjon Beauchamp and Pat Connaughton. They was actually closing out on the 3 with some energy. Everybody else was just letting and watching people shoot, watching people run up, watching people get layups. They wouldn't even in the first half. The Bucks. I watched the Bucks.
1 second, Prate. Dr. Smith, I got you. I'm gonna put it in there right now, bro. I got you. Appreciate you. Appreciate the $1.99 super chat. All right, go ahead, Prate.
I mean, I watched the Bucks watch people get rebounds, and they was just standing there. I'm looking like y'all ain't gonna go for the ball. And then somebody else, of course, the Nets would go for the ball and get it. It's like y'all.
They had more energy. Exactly like what you said, King Keys. The energy didn't come till the fourth. That's fair.
The energy didn't come to the players who wanted to play, got in the game. That was it. That content wanted to play, and Marjon wanted to play, and they got in the game. That's where the energy really came from. They started closing out on 3-pointers. They started hustling, and that was those 2 players mainly. Dame was still walking the ball up the court. Yeah, for a little bit, so was Giannis.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
Absolutely nothing out there. Just absolutely nothing out there. He was the way. Bobby Portis could have been benched, and you wouldn't even know it.
Come on now, we're not gonna do that now. Come on now.
You wouldn't even notice Bobby Portis.
We're not gonna do that now, Prate. Bobby did have some form of impact. I don't like Bobby bothered me to like everybody else, but he did have a little bit of an impact today. A little bit.
For the Nets? Yeah. Gave him all type of bucket.
This dude, I'm trying to throw this man a lifeline. Yeah, he ain't want it. He ain't want it. He ain't want it.
The most troubling thing is this has been a Bucks for 2 years now. And we see these teams like, how we lose to this team? How we get swept by the Pacers? How we get swept? We almost got swept.
Just like Dre West said, we're 1-3 against the Nets. Let that sink in.
We almost got swept by the Nets. Remember, dude, Mr. Free Throw? We almost got swept by the Nets. And we talking about a championship? Like, we man, look, if we can talk about a championship and we getting swept by the Nets, yeah, come on now. We can't.
He about to go in, y'all. He about to go in. He waiting. He waiting. Go ahead, Bleacher Report boss. Let's go to CJ. Then we gonna get Dr. Smith in here. Go ahead, Bleacher Report boss.
know the worst part about that loss? All those players you see on them playing try to get traded. They try to trade all those players away. We still losing teams that just.
It's G League players.
Yeah,
They brought the G League up and they
I
beat the Bucks 2 times.
fair.
don't get it. I don't get how we lose teams like that and then we just don't get no spark. We at home. They at home for the next 10 to 7 games gonna be. I mean 10 out of the next 7 games gonna be at home. And
Facts.
you cannot do this. You need to win these games now. The next couple about February gonna get sweaty, and we playing like this now. Like
Hold on 1 second, Bleacher Report boss. Let me get these 2 super chats. Hold on 1 second. Monalando, shout out to Toronto. Appreciate the $2 super chat. Gotta go watch some '90s playoff games to fresh my brain. I feel you, bro. Hopefully we get some defense coming here soon. No Strays ENT, our favorite op. Appreciate the $4.99 super chat. Bucks Nation, D'Angelo Russell came to the game on a buddy pass from Spirit Airline with the Laker playbook in his hands and still beat the Bucks. Jesus Christ. You got it, bro. I can't even say nothing. You got it, bro.
Don't worry. He was on a plane with Dame. He was on a plane with Dame and Bobby too. They both got it. They all got off the Spirit Airline. All of them this morning flew in. I'm telling you.
Hey, Cynthia.
No way they been sitting at home waiting for this game. No way. Look. They came in like they ain't want to work today.
That's what it was. I agree with that. And let me let CJ get in his last words. Let me pop in Dr. Smith here. Go ahead, CJ.
Yeah, it was just bad all around. Just bad from the start. It's just, we got to do something with this team and the lineup. And then on top of that, Doc got to be better with his rotations. And you know a player playing bad, put him out.
I agree.
And on
Facts.
top of that,
Yes.
Look, we got to limit some of these guys' shooting attempts too. We can limit Bobby. We can limit Brooke. All them. Matter of fact, they get 8. I'd much rather get AJ Green 13 shots a game. I'd much rather give any of these other guys open looks. Or at least AJ Green is somebody I can see who's not afraid to get a shot.
All right.
Out of any most of the time, he's confident in those shots. He's not. I don't know. It's just Doc. He be. Oh man, them ball niggas. But what we gotta do, man. We just gotta not.
Got a bench Middleton.
Man. It's just.
But not say bench him like a DNP though.
Like what? 3 guys?
No, he need to come off the bench.
Right? Yeah. Let's say I agree with that, Pronte. Let's not say bench him, but he needs to come off of the bench. I agree.
I don't think he can't be in the starting lineup. No. It's just he's too slow. His ankle's bad. He can't turn.
Can I ask you a serious question, CJ? Do you think that he can get any of his athleticism back over time, or is this who Middleton is now? I guess is the real question. Is this the Middleton that we have now? Can he get any better?
No, because when you think about it, after
you didn't even think about it, CJ. You didn't even think about it, bro. Damn, bro.
Look at
Bro, damn. Go ahead, CJ.
Look at the track record. He got hurt after we won year after year. What do you think?
You gonna get buried on your ass.
I just say
Middleton at one point. Yes.
Middleton needs to be coming off the bench because
he is ruining our chemistry. That's the issue because he's not.
He ruined the chemistry. It's the chemistry.
That's the elephant in the room I was getting to, but I was slowly getting to it. Go ahead, CJ. Want to blow up the spot? Go ahead, CJ. Go ahead, say the truth now, CJ. You done already started. Say the truth.
But most of the time it's him, and then we paid him what? I don't know how much we pay him, but we pay him a good ass money, and he's playing trash.
$34 million.
Look, man, that $44
million. I think everything Middleton looks like he does is struggle.
That's really what, and it's up for. You can see it. I'm not saying he can't score 20, but you can see that it's taking a lot out of him.
Yeah. I saw the halftime. He had ice on his ankles. I was like, oh, never seen that before. Like on the front of his ankle. in a halftime warm up shooting. I'm looking like, what is that?
Look, very
CJ, let me type you out so I can tap in Dr. Smith and just tap back in a minute.
Y'all didn't see
All right,
that?
bro.
You
All
ain't
right,
see he had a big
appreciate
old
you.
ice patch on his ankles while trying to hoop. I'm like, bro, this your last
What up,
year.
Dr. Smith? Appreciate you tapping in, sir.
Gotta be.
Go ahead, Prate. Then we gonna go to the Dr. Smith.
No, I agree with CJ. I think Middleton coming back, even though he's still a critical player, but he needs to. I mean, if Cam Thomas can come off the bench, Middleton can come off the bench. You know, so I'm saying it ain't like it's
He's
gonna be the
coming
end
with
of the world.
realism.
It ain't
Prate's
like it's the
coming
end
with
of the world,
realism, friends and
but
family. That's not crazy.
I agree.
That's not
You know why I
crazy.
agree Bart Proctor, you know why I agree with you so much? Because if you came off the bench, you at least give him 15 shots off the bench.
you
At
look
least.
when you
He
come
said
off the
we look
bench.
like Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul tonight is
Yeah, we
crazy.
did. We did.
78. That's crazy. Yo.
We did look like. That's how I feel.
Go
And, you
ahead,
know,
bro. My bad. Go ahead. That was wild. Shout out to
that was
the general.
but yeah, I'm gonna let Dr. Smith go. But you Middleton probably he just with Middleton, Brook Lopez, Giannis and Dame in the starting lineup, we're too
Hey,
slow.
Cynthia.
We're too
Yeah.
slow and unathletic. And we can't hustle to get rebounds because we don't have the energy in the game. And we need players to compensate because Dame, as much as we like Dame, he's a little older and he
Mm-hmm.
takes breaks in games. He just does. He takes breaks in games even though we playing him 40 minutes. I don't know why we playing him 40 minutes, but he takes break. He takes breaks.
What? If we don't play him 40 minutes, these games get out of hand fast.
Well, when he was in the game got a hand
Yeah.
fast. So it wasn't like when Giannis went out the game, that game they went up right by 20 because Dame was
Right.
playing with no energy the
Yeah, true.
game,
I agree.
the whole game until like the last 3 minutes. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, we might win. Let me come and do something. You know what I mean?
He said we might win. Let me come and do something that's crazy.
That's what it seemed
Go
like.
ahead, Prate. Style on it, Prate.
Go ahead.
Kick his back
we
in.
all saw it. He was 6 for 20. I didn't even know he took 20.
He gonna kick his back in now. Go ahead, Prate. Hey, Prate, you on mute? We can't hear you. You muted yourself, Prate.
Dame does this for Dame spot plays. He plays in spots. Like he'll get a 3-minute burst and then take like 10 minutes off in the game.
See,
And then he'll come back for
see
another
the
3 minutes and
math.
take like the next 10 minutes off. And it's been doing this becoming a pattern. So he has bursts and then he just stops playing or he gets disinterested or disengaged for some reason. And then his man eats him up and he's turning the ball over. I mean, how many lazy passes can a point guard give in a post?
All right. This team in general with passing is terrible. The cross-court passes is just the low IQ passes, period, is crazy.
But a point guard,
valid. No, that's the start of it. No, I agree. I agree.
You cannot keep turning the ball over in a post entry and you're a point guard.
No, I agree. Facts.
I'm looking like, and they were sloppy, lazy. The dude was standing right there and you just passed it to him. I'm looking like, dog, are you even thinking about the game? But go ahead, Dr. Smith. I'm done.
Well, first and foremost, salute to the chat. It's always good to be here. I appreciate it. Salute, CJ. You got tapped out so I could speak my piece, but I appreciate the term. I'd much rather be here in South Carolina where I'm at, visiting my folks, than down in New Orleans right now.
All right.
Apparently, the world has turned upside down. I turned on this basketball team to give me a little bit of an escape, and we are 1-3 against the Brooklyn Nets.
Talk to him.
1-3. 1-3 against the Brooklyn Nets. We have a center who's 7'1". That was the stat that I put up. It's 285 pounds. He gave you 3 rebounds tonight. Right?
I emphasize your point too, Dr. Smith, because I didn't even realize being at the game that he only had 3 rebounds. I'm
not going to put any extra seasoning on it. I'm just going to give you what it is I saw, right? I had a point guard, Damian Lillard, that I saw try to throw a pass to Giannis in the post. When Giannis had the guy blocked off, Damian didn't throw it over the defender. He threw it right at the defender, and the defender intercepts the ball, turnover. I had Damian try to inball the book to Brook. Was it a perfect pass? No. But was it a pass that a grown man could have gone up with 2 hands and picked off? Yeah. But Brook goes up with 1 hand and does this sloppy version of basketball where we turn the ball over again, and then proceeds to look at the ref like there was an infraction on the play, and then doesn't get back in on the play. Did we come back from 65 points down tonight? We did, right? But we did that against a team that, firstly, does anyone think that Brooklyn is going to get past the first round if they even make it to the playoffs?
No.
Because in a 7-game series, we'd be down one. We'd be like in an elimination game moment against them, right? But my thing is that I know that we would play better against this team in the playoffs. So herein lies the problem that we've had with the same team for the last 4 years, is that they continue to give you 30% more often than not. Every so often, they'll give you just enough to give you hope against the OKC. And then these fans will sit there and ride off of that one moment that we showed you that they can actually play and endure this BS until another OKC comes along or another Boston comes along.
A team where they feel motivated, they have to prove a point. But let's just say that. When they feel they have to prove a point, they'll prove that point.
Now, mind you, that doesn't guarantee a win because we got swept by Boston.
But the energy is different.
We're getting swept by Cleveland. Right, but the energy is different. Energy is different, and it gets us to almost good enough. Right?
Like, I'll say this, none of those teams killed us. It was down to a few possessions towards the end of the game, which lets us know that when we're focused, we can compete with any team in the NBA. The problem is that we don't often see that focus for 48 minutes. And in today's NBA, you need focus for about 48 minutes to win a game. And that's why every game is a struggle for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Let's be honest, though. The Cavs cooked us last game. And we look just like this. And we look just like this. So people have a blueprint on us. And it's the same blueprint. Press the Bucks. They can't beat a press.
True point.
We're an NBA team that can't beat a press. We're an NBA team that can't beat a press. That's crazy.
Well, see, because I'm listening to the announcers, and they were saying that, like you said, there's a blueprint out right now. You see the way that Dame is being played, and you see the way that Chris is being played to be blitzed with a double team, right? The last time Dame has been blitzed with a double team, his entire career. Entire career. What were you doing before you got here to beat the blitz? Why can you not do it now? It's like this impossible obstacle that we can't get around. Chris, I feel bad for saying this about Chris because I honestly do.
Tell the truth. But Dr. Smith, before you say what you want to say, just tell the truth, Dr. Smith. Tell the truth.
I think he's giving you the best effort that he can. I absolutely.
Now there we go. We get into what you need to say. Go ahead.
Right. He's giving you the best that he can. He absolutely still has utility. But I would, at this point, there's only so long that I need to see this before I'm like, you need to come off the bench, bro.
Thank you, Dr. Smith. Thank you.
Right. We have too many dead players, right? Someone has to be sacrificed. And if not Chris, then someone else. But we're in a spot where we can't do that because we keep like holding on to the nostalgia of the championship year. We have a center that gave you 3 rebounds.
Get him, Dr.
You want to challenge this team? Challenge their manhood and do it publicly. Challenge their manhood and do it publicly. You guys are a mediocre team until proven differently.
Yeah.
I feel the same thing about the Packers. We could beat up on the Dolphins. We could beat up on the 49ers, who have 1 player out of 12 show up for a game and whatnot, and we could beat up on them. But anytime it comes time to actually play someone in the weight class that we thought we were in, we lose. So if that's the case, are we truly in that weight class? Because we don't have a win yet. Milwaukee doesn't have a win yet against any of the teams. Not one, except for OKC. That's it.
It doesn't count.
Boston beat us, and Boston looked the way that we did tonight playing Brooklyn. That's how
Hey,
they
Trina,
looked
we're not being
playing
negative.
us.
We're just trying to be realistic about our situation and what we need to do as a team to be better, but not being negative, Trina. Go ahead, Dr. Smith.
Yeah. I look. I can't. You know what I mean? Like I've been that route before where I got defensive every time someone said something about a team or whatever that, and then I ended up being with pie on my face, right? And that doesn't change anything. You know, I don't truly know how many people are actually listening to the pod. You know what I mean? As far as other people are concerned, I do think that I'm not mad at Doc. I do think that he changes when needed to. Like if we would have saw DeLon right in the game, then I would have said, "What? Get Doc out of here, get him out." Right? But when someone is not performing, you see him make changes. Right? I do see that. The problem is that how many changes can you make before you just throw up your hands when no one is performing? You only got so many guys on the team, right? You can't use Brooke. Bobby's out there doing shenanigans. I feel like what was the theme music for The Naked Gun? Remember that movie, The Naked Gun,
Right.
or whatever? That's the music that you should be playing with Bobby sometimes, because I mean it's like a comedy show, like watching him play. Sometimes it really is. It's a comedy show. Those are big men, right? Torian Prince, once upon a time in this league, was the #1 3-point shooter in the league as far as percentage. When did that stop being the case?
Hold on now, Dr. Smith. The Tory Prince was 2 of 5 today. That's not bad. That's about 40%. That's not bad.
But he only made 2 shots. He only made 2 shots. 2 shots. This is what we can do when we dress up stats. He made 2 threes. You're supposed to be the #1 gunner at one point in the league.
I tried to throw that man a lifeline. Hey, Dr. Smith rejected the deposit. I tried to throw that.
You're the #1 guy. You're the #1, or was at one point in time. That means that every time you get the ball, it should be a healthy. I don't trust him to hit a 3 anymore. That's just the general feel. It's an added bonus if he hits a 3. I expected more from Gary Trent Jr. at this point. AJ Green. I don't expect to get anything from Torrey.
1 second, Dr. Smith. Hey, Bleach Report boss, let me tap in Scales for a second here before it get too late here. I'll tap you back here. All right, bro. Appreciate you. All right.
So I would feel like this, right? Salute.
What up, Scales?
If we have championships, so I asked the chat this, right? Because I see people pushing back anytime you say something about, you know how it is. You know what I mean? You can't even be objective or whatever. So here's what I would say to the chat. I'll keep my peace, right? Us coming back 20 points and almost winning the game, right, was something to watch, right? But what are your expectations? If you are a championship team, you are 1-3 against a team that won't make it past the first round. If you're a championship team, if you're a team with Brooklyn Nets expectations, wow, we just came back from 20 points. Wow, that's awesome, guys. You know, good job. We figured it out eventually. The fact that we have to wait until we can expeditiously start playing a 2-3 zone. That's our high school defense. That's what we have to go to, right? Because what's supposed to be our sophisticated NBA level defense, I don't even know if it's good or not. What I do know is that we don't have the players to play it. That's what it looks like. We are playing man coverage with a whole bunch of zone corners. That's what we're doing right now. And we're having to make do. We're treading water until we can implement the 2-3 zone. Our high school defense that people have walked away from 6 and 7 years ago. I can't believe the Pacers fell for it. I can't believe the Pacers fell for it. Do you think any of these other sophisticated teams are going to fall for it? What do you think a team like Dallas is going to do to us? They're full of zone beaters. What do you think a team like them is going to do to us if our best effort is a 2-3 zone? And it's not even because the defense that we're playing is bad. It's that we just don't have...
Dr. Smith, they played a 2-3 zone because the Bucks weren't playing defense.
Right. We can't move lateral. We had no lateral movement.
If you can run with OKC, you can run with the Brooklyn Nets. The Bucks,
they don't care enough. They didn't care enough.
defense. They didn't care to play defense. They didn't care to go after the rebounds. That's why the coach said, you know what, we just gonna play 2 3 zone because they didn't have to move as much because the Bucks weren't trying to move. They
Right.
weren't trying to play defense. We seen them play defense. They can play better defense against the Brooklyn. Against the Brooklyn. Now, come on now. Like who we letting people we don't even know score on us. Who?
Bro.
Keon Johnson cooking us. Who is like what? Like he ain't cook nobody. We let Nick Claxton get off on us. Like he bringing the ball down the court like he Giannis. Like what?
Cam Johnson is cool, but he shouldn't be having 26, bro.
Nah.
He's a cool player. No disrespect to dude. You a cool player, but 26 is that's
I mean, we played
that's
him in
hard
the
to
finals
swallow.
A couple years. We played him in the finals when he played for the Suns.
Suns, right? He wasn't doing all that. Talk
He
to
had
him,
that
Scale.
one dunk.
He ain't.
He had
A lot
that
of them
one
players
dunk,
ain't
and
like
he pretty
that.
much
We know
lost
that.
the series for the Suns because that dunk pissed Giroux and Giannis off. After he dunked on Giannis, it pissed everybody off, and he kind of pretty much lost the series for the Suns at that point because why are you dunking on our best defender? Like,
right.
He not like that. He a trade piece. He trying to get out of Brooklyn, so he trying to get 30 every night. I've been watching Cam Johnson all season. He just like Dennis Schroeder. He putting up numbers to get to a better team. So he didn't care that he was playing the Bucks tonight. That's what he doing every time he put up.
That's a fair point.
He want 30 every night. Him and Cam Thomas are trying to get out of there and get to a bag, bro. They don't want to be in Brooklyn anymore. You know what I'm saying?
So you saying they play with the energy and the motivation to accomplish a goal. And the Bucks didn't play with no energy and no motivation to even win the game against one of the weakest teams in the NBA.
Right. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Let me just get my boy Super Chat. Nicholas, appreciate the $5 Super Chat, bro. Bucks hate tonight. Serious question. Would you rather a 10 seed but have everybody healthy, or a 3 seed and be missing 1 or 2 of our dudes? Obviously, we want to be healthy, Nicholas, but like...
Neither.
Yeah.
How about none of those are the options?
I don't want either one of those scenarios, if you ask me. Then one of them cool to me. I don't want to be a play-in team because this team, when you got 2 of the best players in the game,
it shouldn't be a play-in team.
You shouldn't be a play-in team. I don't care what the rest of your roster look like.
Right. Hold on 1 second. Let me get Monalando too. 1 second, Scale. Monalando, appreciate the $5 Super Chat. You got to put cheese on a fishing line like from Jerry for the Bucks to have motivation to play hard. Bucks don't care unless they on ESPN or TNT. Facts. Hey, that's I know you being funny, Monalando, facetious, but unfortunately, that's real talk with this team. They only play when motivated. Go ahead, Dr. Smith, then we'll go to Scales. Go ahead, Dr. Smith.
But that's my thing. How though? How? Because I saw someone salute to Trina in the chat, and I guess she's looking for the good news, and I'm trying to give it to you, ma'am. I really am, because she's like, okay, but what can we do better? Challenge their manhood. Because at a certain point, man, this is just, like you said, we've shown that we can do it. We just don't want to. That is the worst attribute trait that you can have as an athlete that don't want to.
Bad habit.
We got bad habit.
Want to? What?
And they showed it in this game. They felt like, oh, maybe we could let's try to win and see what happened in the fourth quarter. That was all effort. Let's be clear. That was effort. That wasn't luck. That was putting in effort defensively, taking care of the ball, taking good shots. That was all effort to come back from 20-point down. That wasn't luck.
I'm gonna give you.
How many shots did they block in that 20-0 run? They blocked like 4 jumpers.
4, yep. I'm gonna give 75% to the effort and 25% to that's what the Nets are gonna do in the clutch of a game, bro. They don't have a closer. They're not even
that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Like we just played Boston or New York or somebody, bro. We just played the Brooklyn Nets who are having a fire sale. Everybody can go except for the coach.
This man called it a fire sale.
If they lucky enough to get a 20-point lead on you, there's a chance they're gonna blow it in the fourth quarter. Like they got more of a chance of blowing a 20-point lead than closing the game. You know what I'm saying? If we don't commit that, if Giannis doesn't miss those shots and we commit that foul at the end of the game and Buddy hit them free throws, we win this game. After being down 20 twice, so you're really down 40. You were really down 40 at one point in time to the Brooklyn Nets in one game, bro.
That's a fair point.
We lost by 3 points.
I just don't think
because the Brooklyn Nets are gonna let you back in the game.
As you know, when you have an old rusty car, and
here
then
we go.
Start breaking down.
Here we go.
And then the engine crack. The Bucks are on the verge of an engine cracking if they keep playing like this. Look, man, stuff is leaking out of the Bucks.
Yo,
The
No,
oil is
I
leaking.
yo,
agree.
They about to blow a
yo.
the
I'm
gasket
not
is
mad at
leaking.
this
There's
analogy, but
oil
I don't want it to be
in the
this
Bucks.
severe. But I'm not mad at this analogy,
I
but
mean,
it's a
but the Bucks,
little.
we talking about championship or bust Bucks. Yeah, the oil is leaking and it's about to crack. There's no championship because they don't play with good habits. They're lazy and they're old. The car is breaking down. We talking about this dude. Nick said, "Oh, they could be a third seed or a 10 seed with an injured player." So we scared to get injured. What championship team is going to be scared to get injured in game number
None.
30?
None.
30. What is it? The 33rd
Facts.
game? Like what? And we scared of injuries? We talking about injuries? Like
Hold
we
on,
should be
Prante.
talking about just winning.
How about we 30 games in and Doc still don't got a rotation?
And we
If
got a
they'll talk
rotation.
about that.
We leaking oil right now. The radiator's
Do,
leaking. Something is
do you
wrong.
agree with that, Dr. Smith? Do you think we leaking oil?
Yeah.
I definitely agree with the fact that we don't have a consistent rotation. I had said something similar before, that we have to look at this as we don't have a plug and play lineup. We don't.
Nope.
We have a very situational lineup, and we don't have guys that will consistently be available to us for one reason or another. It's either injury or low energy or emotional immaturity. Look, Ajax.
A lot of broken.
You find Nicholas Claxton in the off season at a club. You take him outside and you say
Right.
we need 5 minutes. You don't
Right.
do that on the court when
Right.
we have no other point of attack defenders. The closest
Zero.
one we have is someone whose shoulder is coming back in. Props to Ryan Rollins though, right? Because
He playing
I'm
well.
becoming more right. So you want some positivity? Here's some positivity. I am becoming more and more of a Ryan Rollins fan. I really am.
I love him. Ain't this what the kids do right here? I love Ryan Rollins. Man.
Right.
I like Ryan Rollins' game.
Said this is what the
I'm
kids do,
really-
you
I
wild
like
scales.
Ryan Rollins' game. He plays a solid
I really
guard,
mean it.
man.
I'm a little too old to be buying jerseys or whatever, but I might buy his jersey just because I like the fact that he keeps his head. Exactly.
He
what
play
Ajax
hard
didn't
though.
do.
He play hard out there though too.
Yeah.
He play
Make
hard.
good
You know what I mean?
decisions too.
Yeah.
He's just
You
a
know what I
solid
mean?
NBA player, very solid. Like he could be a good role player for your team.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Has
I just
completely
think we got a
phased
lot
the
of
line
red
right.
flags.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm on Pronte, my fault.
I feel like we got a lot of red flags. You know how they like, all red flags. The Bucks got a lot of red flags, and we either gotta pull some of them flags down, but they starting to blink hard. I mean, this is 2 years in a row of the same conversation. We might get injured. Is Middleton coming back? Is Giannis back gonna be ready for playing in the playoffs? Is Dane gonna play with some energy? I mean, these questions are. Is Brook Lopez, should he be still playing? Like these are the same unanswered questions. And we know how it ended. These are the same unanswered questions from last year. Can we play defense? Are we going to the 2-3 zone? Are we doing this and that? What's our rotation supposed to look like? Same questions. New year. We haven't figured it out yet. I mean, those are red
what
flags.
happened, Pronte, what happened in Milwaukee, right, is I believe NBA is about systems, right? You can fire coaches and do all this willy-nilly trickery you want to do, but if you look at the Lakers, like, since Vogel left, it's been kind of rocky, right? Because you had him and LeBron were implementing a system when LeBron first got to LA. Why LeBron bucked against the system, I don't know. If you look at us, Bud created a system for us that these players that we have, they existed in this bubble. His defenses hid Bobby. His defenses hid Brook. Having Giroux as your point of attack hid everything on defense for us. So now you strip Bud away, you strip away all these things, and now you got Doc just running anything out there. It's like pickup basketball.
AAU, like I said, all them is AAU and warning sets, and I'm not saying that disrespectfully. I'm just saying those are sets that you would run in AAU and warning. Real talk.
2-3 zone, and you run in
Warning.
a pick and roll with your point guard at the top of the key. That's middle school basketball.
That's and we're not trying to take a number 2 on Doc. This is just observations from a fan's perspective of what you're seeing and things you may have experienced when you've hooped in your life. And I'm just not seeing nothing too crazy. Go ahead, Dr. Smith.
But I was going to say, to me, I've seen the defense when they do get it right. And I actually like the defense when they do get it right. The problem is that how many times are we going to see two people running at one guy and then one person like, oh, that's my
2
bad.
years in a row.
So at that point, is it the system or is it the guys, right? Like let's diagnose where the problem is specifically, because I had a real problem with Bud's system as well. Bud's system to me was invincible in the paint. You're not going to come in the paint. We were like the best in the league for multiple
But you can rain threes.
But
then it was
Atlanta teams were average defensively, Dr. Smith, to agree with you. What made him dangerous was Giroux, because you don't have to coach Giroux. Ask Joe Mazzulla how much coaching he's doing in Boston with Giroux. They look terrible when Giroux doesn't play. The Celtics' whole season is contingent on if Holiday suits up every night. I don't care what Brown and Tatum do. They got 50. They're going to lose if Holiday doesn't play because he does everything else. Rebound, hit timely shots, play defense, tell everybody where they need to be on defense. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
You can't. It's almost like a Ronnie Lott for the Niners back in the day. Like defensively, you can't get a better guy than Giroux Holiday on defense. Like, and we traded that out for offense, which is cool. But when you do that, you have to have a defensive system in place to counter attack that, and you don't. You still got the same pieces that Giroux Holiday and Bud's system hid for years. Brook made all defensive teams because of Bud's system. Brook's never been a defender. His brother was a defender. Robin was the defender. Brook had the offense. You can go back to the night they were drafted. That's never been Brook's MO. But because of Bud's system and Giroux at the point of attack and Giannis as the help defender, Brook looked like one of the best rim protectors in league history for 4 or 5 years in Milwaukee.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, Scales. 1 second. No Strays ENT. Appreciate the $4.99 super chat. Our favorite op. Cheer up, Bucks Nation. It's New Year's. When y'all are down, just look up in the rafters and remember y'all always have that one random Tuesday night on TNT. Damn. Go ahead.
Like I said, building off that point, I love that example. I love the example of Ronnie Lott. I mean, I think that's a better example than I would have used, because I would have said Charles Woodson. Drew Holiday to me is Charles Woodson. He could be a corner, he could be a safety, right? You know what I mean? And he makes other people look good, right? Brook, I think situationally is very good. Situationally. But what you need is an otherworldly defender who's always going to mold guys into that situation, right? Drew is going to be very read and react, make the right decisions in play. He's got a lot of good problem solving ability. With the guys that we have now, it's like you need all of the answers to the test, or you're going to be lost. There is no read and react from you guys.
True.
Read and react for us is multiple guys running at the same person because we don't know who's supposed to be close.
No, read and react is double teaming Ben Simmons on a 3-point.
Right.
That's read and react, bro.
Crazy.
And that's our problem solving ability. Right there. So for me, in the previous defense that we had with Bud, I felt like in the paint, yes. I lost no sleep about a team being able to beat us in the mid-range, because against that Bud defense, it wasn't going to happen. Where we would lose is where we would absolutely be getting cooked right now in today's NBA, which was on the 3-point line. Right. That's where Bud's defense failed us. I don't even know what Coach Griffin was trying to do, to be honest with you. So I can't even get that. To me, what Doc appears to be running, and I would need help on this, right? But what it appears to be running is like a soft switch. It's like a soft switching defense that falls into what helps Brook. But once again, we're having to shape a defense to cater for Brook's inability, right? Because anytime he ends up switching out on the perimeter, it's a bucket. Anytime, and to be fair, it's not just Brook, right? Because anytime Bobby Portis has to switch out on the perimeter, it's a problem. So it may be a good defense, but it's a good defense with two glaring holes in it, right? You have a good point of attack defender, but he's still coming along.
Yeah, he's still learning. He hasn't got it up here. He's all athleticism. He hasn't got it all the way up here yet.
Right. Yeah. So he's not like Drew level, right? Yep. He's like a first year safety that is going to be a problem someday, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at least we have that, because before we didn't even had that. Drew left. We were Green Bay last year at the safety
Yeah.
position, right? Simone Biles' husband was our best safety last year. That was who Milwaukee was last year as far as perimeter defense, point of attack defense. A whole bunch of Jonathan Owens dudes running around with Simone Biles jerseys on. It was terrible, right? We have upgraded since then.
He's in his bag, ladies and gentlemen. Carry on.
That's what we look like, right? Like I said, I don't think that the defense itself, the concept of it is bad. Where I have a problem with, and this is what I mean, it's time to start challenging these players in their manhood. The same dudes who sat there and cried and moaned and groaned that they didn't get a Christmas game, and in the very next game, the very next day, you lose to a team that could barely make the playoffs. You guys, those dudes, challenge them. I don't know that the defense is bad. I think y'all are bad. How many games? What's our record right now?
17-15.
17-15, 32 games. How many times are you guys going to mess up on switches at this point? You're 32 games into an 82-game season.
We're a low IQ basketball team. We have to just come to the conclusion until further notice.
Little bit of that is there's no continuity in our lineups. We don't have solid rotations. There's no continuity in our lineups, and that will make you mess up on switches because your chemistry isn't quite there because you don't know AJ, a young boy double teaming, and Bobby Porter's double teaming Ben Simmons at all in any game. He don't even want to shoot the ball, and you double team somebody you don't even got a guard to lose the game. That's crazy. And then you come this game, and what are you doing? You just giving up wide open threes all game for the first half, wide open, barely even closing out.
Correct.
And it's like, and people, and so, and you say the holes. How many holes can we cover up? I feel like the hole. I'm like the symbol of the Bucks is Chris Middleton. Right, he's a symbolic figure of what the Bucks are doing right now. Is he gonna make it through the first quarter? Oh yeah, we see some glimpses, but then he's hurt again. You see what I'm saying? That's how the whole Bucks team kind of looks for the last two seasons. Oh, it's looking good. Oh, look, Chris Middleton make that shot. That's old Chris Middleton. That's how the Bucks used to play. But then they go to this faded version of the Bucks, where it's like this diminished version of the Bucks. It's like, what is this? How we can beat? How come we can't beat the press? How come we can't play?
And that is very concerning. As an NBA team, you can't beat the press. Hold on 1 second, Pronte. Nicholas, appreciate the $2 super chat, bro. Bobby looks okay in zone defense, in my opinion. I do agree with that. I agree with that.
Playing the Brooklyn Nets, and he was double teaming Ben Simmons.
But even Dr. Smith.
Hold on 1 second before y'all go. Hold on. Vadalado, appreciate the $2 super chat. We need that Mike Seeker stuff. Hold on. We need that Mike Seeker stuff that LeBron is on. We need that for this whole team for that type of energy. Go ahead, Dr. Smith. Then we going to spin the block and then get final words. Go ahead, Dr. Smith.
No Scales had it.
Go ahead, Scales.
Dr. Smith, that's what scares me because the upper echelons and the teams in the NBA, the only one that doesn't shoot the three crazy that's really good is OKC. But every other top 14 team in the NBA shoot the lights out. So you can't zone up against Golden State or
correct.
This dude, Anthony Edwards, is shooting 10 threes a game right now. You can't zone up against the Timberwolves. You're going to get blown out. Him and DiVincenzo are going to shoot you right out the gym. Even New York, all 5 guys on the floor from New York
can shoot.
You can't play a zone against the Knicks or the Celtics. Like, are you serious? So, yeah, it might. Even against Chicago, Kobe White shot our lights out because we went into a zone. You can't go. Like, if they got 1 or 2 hot shooters in the
That's
NBA,
a Band-Aid. All the zone is a Band-Aid till you can figure something else out. It's a Band-Aid.
That's why I said I can't believe the Pacers fell for it because theoretically, no team in the NBA.
But what the Pacers didn't do though is they didn't play physical defense.
And they don't shoot that well from the 3 either. They don't shoot that well from the 3 either. The Pacers don't. So you can zone up against the Pacers. They don't shoot that well the 3.
But respectfully, the threes weren't the problem today, though. No, Brooklyn was 12 of 39. The free throw shooting was the problem in this game. Well, they were 25 of 28 from the free throw line. We were 19 of 28. That's a big difference.
We were playing soft defense though. They were saying Brooklyn was really bullying the Bucks.
They were.
That's what
We were playing
me.
so soft, and they do it every time they play the Bucks. And teams have been doing that, and we kind of fold a little bit. We kind of
I
fold.
don't know. I'm different. That's why I wasn't mad at what Andre Jackson did, and I thought the ref was.
That's
a
why I
little
wasn't
harsh
mad
with
either.
penalty.
Right.
Because I didn't think nothing was wrong with that, because somebody has to set that tone for us. I see a lot of nights, and it's been Andre Jackson. If you've been watching for like the last 3 weeks, he gets into it with somebody every night, and I like that, because we don't have nobody.
He's taking on that role of defender and tough guy. Yeah, he's taking on that role.
Yeah, because
Wesley
Matthews
Matthews
was
used to
trying
do
to
that.
bully
We
the
had
whole
some dudes
Bucks.
who used to do that here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they was.
But you know what I would like to see for that? It's like the difference between. All right, so remember when Kevin Garnett was still playing, right? And when Doc was his coach, right? One of the things that apparently Doc had said to him, and it sank in, was that Kevin Garnett used to be one of them guys who would do the highlight blocks, right? Block you out to the fifth row and all the rest of that. And Doc was saying, all right, I like what you're doing. Did you see Tim Duncan, how he blocks? He always blocks the ball up in the air off the backboard. Why? Because he then gets the ball back and he can get his team off to run it, right? It's just that extra level of
IQ,
right? I want the block, yes, but is there a better way to do it? Yes. You see where I'm going with this? I love the fact that someone is giving us some energy, because this is a team right now that is suffering from softness. And with the personality that I have, this is hard to watch. This is the woman I married. I'm a Bucks fan. But this is hard to watch. I'd rather us get in fights all night or whatever and get half the team thrown out than have a 7-footer who has 3 rebounds. I can't.
He not gonna let that one go. He not gonna let that.
I'm not. Because you give me 1 rebound a quarter and you can give me more than that. You give me 1 rebound a quarter, you can give me more than that. They can't even play you in the second half. You so soft. You so soft, they can't even play you.
You gotta read
one second, Dr. Smith. 1 second. No strains, ENT. Appreciate the $4.99 super chat. Peace to the panel. So we're not going to talk about Giannis losing another game with the last minute brick when he has Dame and Chris right there. Damn, why are you trying to cause dissension in the ranks?
I didn't get to get there yet. I was getting there, but I didn't get to go there yet. Because I think that's a mute point. You know what I mean?
To me, that's a mute point. Yeah, he missed the layup. But who wanted the Bucks? I honestly didn't want the Bucks to win this game because they deserve to lose the game. They were getting
Project.
They've been playing poor basketball. If you let them,
you're not gonna reward bad behavior. Project don't reward bad behavior, yo.
That's bad basketball. They've been playing basketball for like ever since they came off the tournament. Bad basketball. Pure lazy basketball.
Mara, what did I say in the chat the other day? I said the Pacers worse than us.
Yeah, that you did say that. That was hilarious too. That was hilarious.
That game is they suck worse than us. That's all I got out of that. I didn't think we did nothing amazing that night. I mean, Gary Trent Jr. hit some timely shots, but he shouldn't even have been hitting them type of shots.
Right.
The Pacers for real. So the only thing I got out of that game is that they worse than us. That's all.
But before it get too late, let's do our last round. Rob, let's start with you, Scales, and we're going to end with Pronte. Go ahead, Scales. And then I'm going to tap you in, Pass.
Dr. Smith, I wanted to answer something that you had said earlier, and I'm going to use my my round robin sign out with this. Dame, right? Because I'm a big Dame fan. CJ McCollum. If you blitz Dame, he's giving it to a dude who's just as nasty as he is with the ball. In Milwaukee, Giannis is the only other dude he can get the ball to who's going to be nasty as he is with the ball. Anybody else who's getting it, it's a swing or it's an extra pass. So that's why the blitz never looked as bad as it does now. Then that's why we never saw the blitz before, because once again it was hid. Like Budenholzer hid that, Terry Stotts hid that, CJ McCollum hid that, Anthony Simons hid that for Dame. You got 3 sick ball handlers with sick unlimited range, and when they blitz me, I can give it to one of these dudes. You're cooked. Now, if Middleton was old Middleton, you'd be in trouble when you blitz Dame, because now he's giving it to Chris, and you're in trouble if he gets it and you done blitz Dame. But now, if you're giving it to AJ Green or Andre Jackson, you see what I'm saying? Now you're in trouble off the blitz. So that was just my point of why Dame looks so bad here when he gets blitzed as opposed to when he was in Portland. You know what I mean?
Good point.
That's a fair
why
point.
CJ looked so good because CJ will see so many one-on-ones, and CJ could cook you in a one-on-one. Most one-on-ones, CJ gonna win. So
That's a fair point. Even at this stage in his career, to keep it real.
even at this stage in his career. Yep. So that was it for me, man. That was I think
that's great content there. Great content.
I'm looking at this part of the schedule and I thought, you know, these games were winnable games for us. But
We should be going to go on a run.
Cool's point in the chat earlier, he corrected my brain and some other people's brain. We don't got no easy games.
Yeah.
We don't have no easy games. We got to compete every night because of the way we started and the way our attitude is and our energy, the way we play. We have to compete and try to win every night. So that's it for me, man. You know,
I appreciate you, Scales on you, Dr. Smith. Then we go to Pronte. Go ahead, Dr. Smith.
So I see this comment. I am, bro. I am.
Right, you see, that's why I let it sit up there for you.
I really am. This guy's pissing me off, man. I'm serious because, like someone had said, like the commentary on Giannis's last second effectiveness. Right. Here's how I feel about that. Right? Giannis is running 3,000 meters, right? Through the first, however many laps, I forget how many laps 3,000 meters is. But let's say, just for the sake of this metaphor, it's 10 laps.
Facts,
right?
no strays.
9 of these laps, and it's a relay race, right? But 9 of these laps, he's having to make up for somebody else and run at an all-out sprint. He can't even do a normal pace game because ain't nobody else running. And not only does he have to do an all-out sprint, but when he gets across the finish line, then he got to go back in the race and go grab other people and come pull them along. You realize that we are not that lead down to 9 points. Giannis goes down, he can't even get a cup of Gatorade before the lead is right back up to 17.
Right.
Get mad at Giannis. He has no energy left. On any other night, you think Giannis misses a wide open dunk? No. Giannis is exhausted. He's making exhausted decisions. And it's because he's not having any reliable players who will give him effort like he gets throughout the course of the game. I love Damian too. Damian seems like he only wants to play in the last quarter of basketball. He's still uncomfortable as to when to assert himself. This is not even just like, all right, well, I don't know when to assert it. These are wide open shots that you're missing. I've sat and I've watched him. You're a top 75 player. You're missing your shots. That's not on, I don't know.
He's talking.
Or whatever. You're missing your shots. Regularly missing your shots. We got a center who is 7'1" and had 3 rebounds. 3. Count them.
Right.
4 quarters
Shout out
in
to
the game. He had 3 rebounds.
What Melo used to do? Hey, Mara, what Melo
3. That's all I would say. Like those types of things. It's a pride thing. You want to know why, what's his name, Paolo Banchero down in Orlando was saying, oh, the Bucks are finished and whatnot, because of nights like this.
Correct.
I expect, like a broader perspective, do I expect that the Bucks are going to lose every single game like this? No. But these are the types of games that come back to bite you in behind when you're having to play Cleveland in the first round. On the road. Those types of things. So you can't even work yourself into a good rhythm to go fight the current Godzilla. Right? Because you can't like beat the little guys up until that point. It's about establishing good habits. Giannis is the one that will be the one to dive on Giannis and Ajax are the ones to dive on the ground for loose balls. Other guys,
they don't do that. I agree.
Maybe they'll dive on.
Depending on the situation. Well, I see Middleton diving for loose balls, but that's at a risk. But go ahead.
That's the last thing that I'll say, right? And then I can't complain about Chris because I know that Chris is giving the effort. It's Chris's effectiveness, right? Which is a little bit of a letdown because he's just not as effective as he would like to be. And it's hard to watch, right? It's like, looking at your favorite boxer just kind of closer and closer to that retirement.
Yeah.
But
facts.
As hard as that is to watch, it's harder to watch guys who can still fight and they choose not to.
Yeah.
Chris is fighting. He just can't.
I agree.
Some of y'all can and you won't.
You won't.
That's my problem.
Great point, Dr. Smith.
That's call out
Great
somebody.
point, Dr. Smith. Great point. On you, Pronte.
I agree with Dr. Smith. That's the most disappointing part. Chris is fighting, so we be talking about Chris Middleton, but the effort is there.
Yep.
He just you know what time it is for him. You can see it.
Sadly, you can see it now.
You can just see it. You know, some people we can see, but nobody wants to admit. Like the 3 rebound guy. You can see it.
Three
You can
rebound
see
guy.
it.
Look at it.
Yeah, you hold we hold on to people that is long in the tooth right now. And that's the holes we're trying to fix. It's like that person. We got a couple players on the team where, you know, when you older and you drive and you're like, why who holding up traffic?
Mm-hmm.
And you look over at somebody that's 85,
All right.
and you're like, who? Oh, and then you say, oh, okay, I get it. Let me just move around this person. You know, oh, it's time to take the keys. Because everybody's moving fast to you and you're moving slow
Slow.
as hell.
Right.
But you think you're moving fast. That's Brook Lopez. He thinks he's moving fast. Chris Middleton thinks he's moving fast, but everybody's just running past him. You know, running past him because it's that time for them. You know, and the Bucks fans, we don't like you said, we've been held on to that nostalgia from championship years, but we held on a little too long. It's apparent that this is what's happening, and we might get a couple games when we here, but we held on. We should have been moved forward like 2 years ago. And now
Facts.
we get these games where we get on nice runs. We're like, oh, look at the Bucks, they can do this, and then they go 3 games lose against teams that just they're not really good. They just can move and they
Mm-hmm.
got energy. You know what I mean? They just can move and got energy. They're not solid basketball teams. There's no way Brooklyn's a solid basketball team. But they know
Facts.
they can beat
They're,
us because they can
they're not
run
an
up and down
NBA
the court.
team.
All right.
Yep.
Huh?
They're not an NBA team.
Exactly.
They just
They're not.
traded all of their.
It was
We
the
lost
G,
to a
they
team
brought
that
up their G
traded
League
all of
players
their
to beat
good.
the Bucks
All
two
right.
times. So what we're saying, so as what the Bucks are hoping, and this is what the period they've been hoping is for 2 years, is that we can stay healthy to the end of the year, and our old players can when teams start to slow it down for us, we got a chance. You know, but what's the odds of that happening in the
Facts, Tommy.
playoffs? I mean, think about it. What team is going to slow it down for you in the playoffs
All
when
right.
they know that's your weakness? Are they going to stop Blitzing Dame in the playoffs? You know what I mean? You know, finally the Bucks gonna get back on D. Are we really banking on that?
All right.
You know, we had turnovers against Brooklyn because they're pressing us. We can't get off the press, so we just fumbling the ball around. You
Facts.
know, and they just playing tight defense, and we're pressing us. So my thing is like, we're hoping that something happens. We've been begging for a trade for 2 years because most fans have been seeing it. Like we're just too. We need to get a little younger. These guys are a little too old, but Lopez is a little too slow. Oh, he can come off the bench. Chris Middleton come off the bench now. We're seeing Chris Middleton. He come off the bench, but he doesn't need to be starting no more.
I agree with that.
You know, it's time for somebody. You know, Brook Lopez can come off the bench, but y'all, Brook Lopez minutes needs to be reduced.
Mm-hmm.
We need somebody in rotation with Brook Lopez. You know, but we don't have anybody
Yep.
because the Bucks locked themselves in with a lot of old players. And sad to say,
Hit
Dame is what 34.
Yeah.
Dame is
Mm-hmm.
34. Come on now, we know what time that means. The clocks keep ticking. That clock is still ticking. Dame don't even want to run a fast break anymore.
Dang time
Fact.
about to be father
What
time.
that
Yeah.
for a point guard to not run a fast break is insane. To me, like for point guards are supposed to be leading the fast break. I thought, you know, most point guards I know be ready to go.
All right.
You got a point guard that's trying to slow it down every single
Yeah,
play.
that's crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy to think about that. You know what I mean? I mean, so we have to. We gonna take a win when we win, and we gonna hope that the Bucks have something up their sleeve at the end of the season. Like they keep telling us for the last 2.5 years, oh, we gonna figure it out by the end of the year. Oh, we gonna figure it out by the end of the year. Oh, we gonna get our rotation by the end of the year. When we healthy, we gonna be ready. And
All right.
when Middleton, Giannis is on the court at the same time, that's when we'll be right. We'll be all right. We have yet to see that.
Facts.
We have yet to see that. And now it's like you're selling wolf tickets now. Now I feel like you're selling wolf tickets.
right.
You know what I mean? So I'm because we've been seeing this for the last 2 years for sure. for sure we've been seeing this for the last 2 years. This car that runs and then it starts to falter. Then it runs and then it starts to falter. And then you're like, well, we don't know. We don't know about this. They be like, oh, we're gonna get Jay Crowder.
Right.
Who? Jay Crowder's gonna fix it. You know, let's give him the 100. Now we can't even give false hope with 52nd round picks because we got Jay Crowder, a 38-year-old person. You know what I mean? With 50-year-old knees. You know what I mean? So what do we have? We just got to ride with the team. Now we got to hope that AJ Green develops and Ajax develops. And they take over those spots. That's what we hoping for. We hoping that they take over those spots because we desperately need them to play and be seasoned by the end of the year.
I
And
agree.
Ryan Rowley, for that matter too, because
Yep.
our guys that won a championship are fading fast. They're starting to fade fast.
Right.
Now it's all
You know
on
what it's like?
Giannis. Mm-hmm.
You know what it's like for my boxing fans, right? I'm a big B-Hop fan. He may be my favorite boxer of all time.
Salute
I don't
to
think he's the
B-Hop.
best. He's my favorite though. Like right?
Executioner.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely, right? This brother, I think he's from New York, or Miami, one of them, Benavidez, right? Benavidez is tough. Do you think that Benavidez is a better fighter than B-Hop?
No.
No,
B-Hop was
but
very
if B-Hop
fundamentally
were to
sound.
But if B-Hop were to get in the ring with Benavidez would flatline B-Hop, right?
Right now,
Probably
correct.
maybe in the second round, right? We are in love with the skill that we used to see. And we're so enamored with the skill that we're not even paying attention to what's actually happening right now, right? I'm not talking about at their best. At their best, no, this Brooklyn team would have lost by 40 points to this Milwaukee team at their best. But Damian is situationally a top 75 player. He's not that all game round. Chris is not even a starter anymore. That hurts me to say it. Right? Brooke, I was so angry that he was not the defensive player of the year when the brother from Memphis got it. Does he look like defensive player of the year right now to you? Does he look like does he look like he should even be on the second team defense for you? I'm not a hater. I love my team. I don't want to be saying these things about my team.
Yeah.
There's a way to play these guys, but you need to start going to these guys and having hard conversations. Brooke, this game against Brooklyn, you didn't even play in the second half, right? Your minutes are already reduced. We're starting you right now, right, as a matter of pride so that you're not embarrassed. But if we just look at the hard minutes, you're getting bench minutes right now. As we speak, you were unplayable in the second half against what's the dude's name? Who's sitting there dancing? Claxton. He's a goofy.
Yeah, I agree.
You're unplayable against a goofball. Against a goofball. His only offense is like a minus Tyson Chandler. Go up and get the alley-oop, and that's his only offense, and run by guys like you. And you can't even do that. Chris, not even Chris, Damian, you are a point guard. If you see Giannis has someone shielded off and you can't get the ball over that guy, you're passing right to the defender. That's the easiest interception that he did not even have to work to get the turnovers that you're giving him. That's just an example. This has been going on all season long. These guys are not having to work. You're not even making them work. Oh, the trade deadline's on the 15th, right?
All right, y'all. I gotta get up out of here. All right, y'all. Appreciate you, Scales. Appreciate you, Dr. Smith. Appreciate you, Prate tapping in. Appreciate y'all.
When we got the Blazers. When is that?
Saturday.
I'm scared of that game.
Right. We're gonna be in better spirits though, y'all. All right, y'all.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Go.
Salute.
All right, go. Let me get y'all in here before we get up out of here. All right, Scales. Appreciate you, bro. Hold on 1 second. Let me tap you in. Go ahead. Pass. What's good? All right, Brandon. What's good? Sorry for the delay. Pass. Tell us how you feel about today's game, then we'll go to Brandon. It's on you, bro. Floor is yours, sir.
What's the point of having bigs if they don't do anything?
Here we go off the
There's
the
two
rip.
bigs that are unplayable half the time. One can't defend, one can't rebound, one is too old. What are we supposed to do?
Talk
This
to him.
team, they don't have. There's no bigs here, so that's the problem. Our paint defense is the biggest issue right now because our bigs suck. What does Bobby actually do for this team? Someone tell me, what does he bring other than just being an idiot? Someone tell me, please. Someone tell me, why does Dame play like it? Why does Dame play so soft all the time now?
Right.
Someone tell me.
He's still crying about calls. He thinks he should get all these calls, and he starts moping, acting like a. Go ahead, pass.
The thing about the call thing, the NBA studied you on how they had to call that.
Right.
They were looking at your tapes. That's why you're not getting these calls. They're not looking at anyone else's. That's why Chris gets them. You don't. Because they didn't watch Chris. They're watching you because you're the one who did this all the time in Portland. That 1 year when Dame was averaging like 30 something points, that's from that because they saw him doing that all the time.
Fair point.
There's something wrong with this team mentally. I don't know what it is.
We're just not a fundamentally sound basketball team, Pass. It's the same song and dance. We don't pay attention to detail. We don't do the small things it takes to win. It's the same thing that plagues the Packers. Execution when you need it most. We don't have it.
You know, the thing with I don't really watch football that much, especially because my team sucks, because I don't really care about the Giants right now. The difference is between the Packers and the Bucks is the Packers will at least beat these bad teams that they're supposed to beat.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. That's fair.
That's the difference. The Packers just have an issue of just beating the teams that are in the playoffs that are above them.
Right.
They're having difficulty with the.
Right. That's fair. That's a
Detroit
great point.
with all
Damn. Damn, you killed that fast. Damn, Pass. Go ahead, Pass.
That's the difference. This team doesn't do that. A lot of this team's issues are all mental. They're not even physical issues. They're not even their age. There's not even any of that. It's all mental stuff that they just, for some reason, just don't take the game seriously enough. What is Rondo there for? Why is Rondo showing up randomly? What does he do here?
I think it's more a personnel issue than anything else. I think at this.
No, look, there is personal issues on this team because we fixed issues from last year. We did fix our guard issues from last year, but now we have another issue with our bigs, which is way worse now because our bigs aren't good. Chris cannot defend anymore. He cannot move like he used to anymore. There's a reason why he gets fouls a lot now compared to what he used to before. Because he has to foul to slow them down now.
Yeah, he can't move.
Stay in front. Offensively, he's fine. I wasn't worried about that. What I said, remember what I said the first time? I'm not concerned about Chris offensively. I'm concerned of how he will look defensively. And that's been the biggest issue with him. This would have been fine if he's being paid $15 million, $20 million even.
33 is a lot.
$33 million. That's going to be hard to move if you do have to move him. And what is that going to do to the team morale? Like, oh, the guy who's been here the same time, just as long as Giannis. What do you think that's going to do? This team's going to look worse without Chris, which is the crazy part. Even though on paper it should look better, it won't matter because they think so mentally like, oh, well, this team, we need this guy, we need this guy, we need that guy. I have other things to say about other players, mainly. Actually, let me talk about the Nets now. The Nets purposely tanked. I'll let you know this right now. That 20-0 run, they did that on purpose. Joe Tsai called up Jordi Fernandez, tell him, hey, you better make sure we get Cooper. We need a high draft pick. You can't have a 20-point lead.
All right.
Start tell them all the wrong plays on purpose. Because Jordy's a good coach. That's the one thing I have seen from this team, from the Nets team. Their players aren't good. They're good because their coach is good.
I agree. Their coach is good.
There's a reason why they're trading all their good players.
And still competing. And one thing I'll give to them, they're always competing. They're never quitting. That team always competes.
That's the good thing about young teams is that they will follow what their coach does. Some young teams have good coaches. Some of them don't.
Right.
Two that don't coaches are Utah and Portland because Chauncey is an idiot. Chauncey makes Doc look like a genius. I kid you not. I'm not worried about the Portland game only for that reason because how bad Chauncey Phillips is compared to Doc, I don't know what is going on. Hey, we need defense. Fire Buckner. Go get Brown right now. He got fired. Go hire him. He doesn't need money. Fire Buckner. What is he doing? Clearly, this defensive scheme doesn't work properly.
I'm actually not mad at that.
It's worked for Golden State
Right.
all those years. We gotta let go of these old players, man.
Facts.
But we're kind of stuck because our owners are idiots. Our GM is an idiot.
Pass blacking out on everybody. He crashing out on everybody. Go ahead, Pass.
You know, it's funny. I looked this up. We have the easiest matches in all of January, and we already lost the first game. We lost the first game already. The rest of the teams are not hard to beat. They're all under 500. They're all terrible teams. Half of them are tanking teams.
Mm-hmm.
The only team that might be a playoff team, I think, is what the Spurs, and that's it.
Yep. And then the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's it. There's really nothing crazy here going on. And then we go into the other nonsense that is this offensive system that Doc plays, which is just ISO heavy, no ball movement again, which just shows up. Doc's been saying this, we'll put in offense when Chris is back. Chris has been back for a long time now. It's been almost 2 weeks. I ain't seeing none of that.
No lies detected, Pass. I agree with you on that one, 100%. 100%. This team has a lot of holes it needs to fill.
There's too much going on with this team. I don't know.
All right.
One issue solved, 4 more show up. You patched the leak. You forgot there's another one over there. That leak is now bigger.
All right. Facts.
Pretty much what I'm looking at is, hey, Horse, I've seen you do some crazy things with moving players that I did not think were movable. I saw you move Semi Ojeleye somehow.
All right.
I've seen you move a guy who was injured for a way better player later on. I know
he's giving him his flowers. Go ahead.
He has something in him. This is the one thing Horse is good at, is he's good at flipping players.
Okay.
If the Lakers can get DSF for like damn near nothing, just sending out D'Lo in a few seconds, you could do that with a lot of these players. You don't think Robbie's has some value? You could 100% send Pat to Detroit, because guess what? I know a lot of us like Rollins. He won't be able to play in the playoffs since he's a 2-way. This is only regular season. You won't see him in the playoffs at all unless he gets signed.
Great information.
You cannot play 2-way players in the playoffs. So you better if you want him to be on the court or even have a chance, someone has to be moved. Because our roster is filled up right now.
All right, well, that's good information. Appreciate you, Pass.
I have one more thing.
Go ahead, Pass.
I don't know if this is I know it's not a curse because it's only happened 3 teams. One team's clearly fine from it. They're immune. OKC's immune to this. Is that the teams after I think the 10 games afterwards, the team that won has lost almost, like, it's been like 4 of 10 or something like that. We've been bad so far since that game. I don't know how many games it's been since then. I think it's like 5 or 6, right? Yeah, we won, 2? We're not that far off right now. Pacers also weren't great that time. OKC's an exception right now because they're the only team that's for some reason doing well. I don't know. I'll see what happens. Maybe it was a mistake to go to Vegas because I don't know.
Well, let's give it some time. Let's just give some time. It's the new year, time off. Let's give it some time.
Look,
let's give it some time.
I see something here, Nicholas. They're not trading Herb.
No.
I like Herb a lot. They're not gonna trade him. That's the one play. They're trading everyone on that team other than their 2 wings.
Shout out to everyone. 414 sitting back Eddie, Coach Luke. Facts. Hilarious.
They are trading everyone on that team other than the 2 wings on that team. Both 2 wings I want. We're not gonna be able to get them.
Facts. We gonna figure it out. But let's go over to you, Brandon, before it get too late here. Go ahead, Brandon.
You know what? I think a lot of people saying that Middleton's not the same player.
No.
I think we need to get him out of hole that way. We need to get our guy. We need to get a lot of that way off the team.
I agree with you. I just don't think we can really do too much until the offseason. Maybe a miracle can happen in a trade, but I think a lot of this going to be handled in the offseason. Go ahead, Brandon.
I'm saying that football is not the same. You know,
Right.
because I mean, like, what's the point? You know what? This would sound great. That cup that we won is the cup. Because we should not be quiet about no dang Christmas game. But I mean, this Buck team needs to look forward.
I'm just gonna say it like this, Brandon. I think that maybe after the cup and taking the time off with Dame and Giannis taking time off with sicknesses and stuff like that, it's gonna take a little bit of time for this team to get back its mojo. Chris is starting to play more. They just gotta try to figure it out and how they can play 48 minutes to win a basketball game. Because without that, none of these games are easy. No team that we're playing is easy for the Bucks. We damn near need all hands on deck to beat anybody because unfortunately this team shows a lot of low IQ. In order to make up for that, we need to win with talent. So that's one of the major issues. Go ahead, Brandon, then we'll get out of here. Go ahead, Brandon.
I think Chris needs to come off the bench and let Tony Chris come back in the timeline.
I'm even thinking about Gary Trent Jr. to keep it real, but yeah, one of the two. But I'm almost thinking Gary Trent Jr. and Ryan Rollins should be starting damn near. But go ahead, Brandon.
I agree, but we got another game coming up this week.
Yeah, so we got another game Saturday, and then against Portland. So hopefully that should be a little better. So appreciate you tapping in, Brandon. Appreciate you tapping in, Pass. Saturday gonna be better, Pass. You look crazy. Everybody looks so down today. Pass. We'll be back.
You know why I'm even more down?
What?
I was just on Marvel Rivals. I was playing ranked just now. I was on a terrible losing streak. This team made me lose. I lost from that. I'm not happy.
You're down, my man. Oh, damn, Pass. We gonna be better Saturday, Pass. It'll be better Saturday.
I was so close to getting into Grandmaster. I was right there. I'm back in platinum now. Thanks.
You will recover. The Bucks gonna recover. Appreciate you tapping in, Pat. Appreciate you tapping in, Brandon. All right, gentlemen. All right, y'all.
Hold on, one more thing.
Go ahead.
Dame, how many times has Dame been double teamed and pressed from the half court and he still hasn't learned?
Low IQ.
This isn't low IQ. He just doesn't want to do it. You know what this reminds me of? Right. You remember in 21 when Booker was double teamed by us?
Right.
There was a video circulating around. Oh, when he was doing that when it was in practice, he's like, "No, we don't double team practice." I'm like, and then Joakim Noah was like, "Bro, what are you talking about? You want to learn how to play basketball or not?" This is exactly what it sounds like to me. This man does. Dude, these players are too entitled sometimes. I don't know.
I agree.
I like Dame, but sometimes you gotta. I don't.
Yeah, you gotta go in on it, but appreciate y'all tapping. I gotta get up out of here. All right, y'all. Appreciate you, Fast. Appreciate you, Brandon. All right, y'all. All right, go. All right, Fast. All right, y'all. Tough loss at home for the Milwaukee Bucks. We will be playing again Saturday against the Portland Trail Blazers. Please tap in after the game. We'll be going live to chop it up with friends and family, Bucks Nation. This is the #1 Bucks podcast on YouTube, #1 Bucks resource on YouTube, along with the #1 Bucks chat on YouTube. Salute to friends and family, Bucks Nation. I'm Amara. This is Amara's Logic, Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news live edition, where we just got done discussing the unfortunate loss for the Milwaukee Bucks, 113-110 at Fiserv Forum in front of friends and family. We running it back this Saturday and trying to get back on the winning side of things. Appreciate all you everybody tapping in. I see you, Marvin, Emerson. I seen y'all pop in. Max Yeager. I seen you, Mr. Washington. I seen a couple y'all pop in. Salute, salute. 2 Red Violin, what's good? Appreciate you. Lost Ghost Rider. Tommy Jackson, I seen you too. It's Moose 414, my dude. Appreciate y'all tapping in. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, comment, like, subscribe, and share the most electrifying content on YouTube. Who doing it better than us? We got the information and the presentation for the population. Gone.